Adam was created in a state of innocence and sinlessness. Adam had never sinned and consequently had no negative baggage, such as all the rest of humanity has, that influence us to do wrong on a regular basis, and that might have influenced him to do wrong too had he had similar baggage. Adam was created with language, knowledge, and skills. Motor skills to talk, eat, walk, tend the garden, abstract ability to name animals, the capacity to recognize, have, and live with a mate. And when he sinned, he even had the mechanical engineering insights to put natural material, fig leaves, and manipulate them to make an apron. That's smart. I mean, he'd never seen an apron before. How would you like to come up with that idea? Take leaves on a tree and the skill to sew them together? You go home and try to sew leaves together. I mean, this is incredible. And on top of all that, Adam had the additional experience. Whoa, I skipped some stuff. Don't want to skip anything. Though, of course, he learned much later, Adam did not learn and develop the knowledge, skills, and capacities required to do these things initially. The perfect, all-knowing God knew what mental, moral, social, sexual, and other information and skills Adam would need to possess in order to be a fully functioning human, ready to perform his necessary actions and duties from the start. And so, God directly endowed, imparted, and or downloaded all this information into Adam at the time of his creation. All of this information was complete and without error. All this information was true and uplifting to Adam and enabled him to think, behave, and perform all things in productive and wholesome ways from the very start. Adam was a person who from the start was skilled in high-level, complex, abstract thought and interaction, and who only thought on whatsoever things were lovely, good, noble, true, and honest. And on top of all that, Adam had the additional experience and opportunity to have personal fellowship and conversation with God himself in walks together in the garden. These walks and the things they discussed surely provided additional information and augmented his knowledge and skills. Contrast what Adam knew and the way he acquired his knowledge and social skills with the way that has become typical of human since Adam's experience. Most of us, and some more than others, of course, acquired a lot of our so-called information and life skills through back alley, playground type learning experience from less than perfect teachers and role models. Through these, we picked up a lot of lasting misconceptions, distortions, and tainted information, ideas, and misconceptions. Many of us will admit that much of this tainted material has persisted in our psyche so deeply and so enduringly that they constitute constant negative influences in our lives, always tending to drag us down, to think wrong things, and do wrong things. When one realizes the stark contrast between the overall positive experience that Adam had in acquiring all of his knowledge and skills, and the generally negative experience the rest of us had, we come to recognize the clear advantages Adam had over all the rest of us. This all leads me to conclude that Adam must have been the one person in and throughout all of the history of humanity that was uniquely equipped and qualified to pass the test, to actually have a fair and good chance of passing it. And as the best shooter on our team, he took the shot for all of us. Atheists think they could have done better. But judging by the things they do and advocate, I don't think so. I, for one, am glad Adam was the one on the court that day. You can be glad I was not shooting for and representing you. I would have done much worse. But since our best chance did miss the shot, flunk the test, then we should realize, as God does, that we would all have flunked it too. It is a mere technicality that we were not there to shoot and miss our own shot. At any rate, God was not required to line up in the same garden everyone that would ever live and let us each take our own shot. Therefore, it is completely appropriate that Adam's failure was imputed to all his descendants. We would all have flunked it too, only even sooner and more egregiously. God imputed Adam's failure upon me and the rest of us. And knowing God never does wrong, his decision and judgment on this matter is reasonable and acceptable and satisfactory to me. That concludes the first talk. Any questions? Do we have time for questions? We want to break? I know some of you are going to sneak off during the break. Bad. Realistic, but bad. If you like this, and I hope you did, the rest is just as good. It's got really good stuff in it. I hope you can stay.
Robert, please repeat the question before you answer.
Oh yeah, good advice. And if I don't, then somebody make me. Any questions? Yeah.
God gave man a sin nature. Did he give that to Adam before he sinned?
No, God did not give man a sin nature. God gave man a free will. Man used it badly and acquired a sin nature. And, I'm sorry. The question was, God gave. I didn't let the gentleman finish the question. I do that, but as much as I let him get out, he said God gave man a sinful nature, and I interrupted and said, no, God didn't give man a sinful nature. God gave man a free will, and man used it badly and acquired a free will. Adam became a different creature when he sinned. God set it up so that if he did this certain thing, he would be permanently different.